Good evening and happy Tuesday evening, a hot Tuesday evening, but the breeze just started to kick up here at Winter Chevrolet Stadium, so that may help make the night a little more bearable. But for the Diamonds, it is a chance to get back on the right track after it looked like they might have a chance to sweep the Silverados over the weekend. They fell short on Sunday. We are here for Runs Hits Aaron. I'm Scott McDonald, and we usually get to speak with Aaron Miles, the manager of the Pittsburgh Diamonds, but he is not here tonight, and so filling his spot, Jay Armendral, and he's done this before and done a fine job of it. So you're looking forward to another round?
Yeah, it seems to me that Aaron just loves to leave me with Martinez. I don't know if that's indicative to their record, but, they beat us. I think we split with them, or maybe we're one up on them. I'm not quite sure, but, I'm confident, and especially with Blackley on the mound and, what these guys need to bring to the table, and they know, we've all talked about it, is starting the week off right. And, he gives us a great chance to do that.
Yeah, Travis Blackley, former Major League Baseball pitcher, and he was here last year, and he had a problem of, it seems to me, of not getting enough offensive support often. He'd do a great job pitching, but if you give up one run and you don't score any, then you lose the game. And that was not unlike what happened last week in San Rafael, where he gave up 3 runs and the Diamonds lost the game. Of course, you want to increase the offensive production, but you can't just snap your fingers.
Yeah. It's with these men, there's a few guys that are, straight from college, and we feel like they have the ability to get better and to move on to the next level. But, yeah, surely we do need to pick up some offensive production. It's a really tough league, and, you only see so many pitchers so often, and they see you, and I feel like the pitchers get the advantage. It really boils down to a 1 inning or so, because that's pretty much what how we've been losing. Early in the game, our pitcher will maybe, get an error behind him, or he'll give a free base, and they capitalize. And at this point, it's all about capitalizing on those mistakes. And, unfortunately, we've been on the short end of the stick of that. And, I hope to turn it around. And, I feel like the moves that Aaron has in mind, and, that we talk about, we're brainstorming about, it's all indicative to the success of the ball club. So, I'm excited. It's about the second half now. There's 40 games. This is the second half, right? Day one again. So I'm happy that, we've got Blackley on the mound, and we're going to be able to start this week off right. And we just got to go out there and get it offensively. Nothing else needs to be said about it. It's tough. It's hot out here. It's 6 days a week. We got to bear down and play behind our pitcher, because I know he's going to go out there and give everything he's got.
What last year under the previous playoff system, everybody would be starting 0-0 today. They are not this year. We're going to have an 80-game season and the top 4 teams in the playoff. How do you feel about that? Today you would have been 0-0.
Well, I think it's more true to like a real season of baseball. In Major League Baseball, they don't just stop midway through the year and go, okay, now everyone's 0-0. So maybe it'll, push guys to step their game up, to push. So we're not that 4th seed, and honestly, as long as we make the playoffs, for me, it doesn't matter. I feel like we're right on the right track to get to that championship game. I'd love to see San Rafael and knock them out. Oh yeah, they won all these games and they're playing good baseball, but to upset them like that, that's where I'm kind of with the disconnect of the whole season, because hey, they could have a tough stretch and that could be the end of the year.
Oh, yeah,
I mean, we've seen everyone have tough stretches here, and all these teams are very beatable, including our own. It's just a matter of minimizing the mistakes and not giving anything away for free.
A lot of one-game playoff, could depend upon who's got the best starting pitching, or it could depend on a whole long list of things. But starting pitching would be one of the probably original things you would think about, and the Diamonds have an advantage there, you would think.
Yeah, I mean, we're definitely deep pitching. We've got a lot of experience, and Travis is the pitching coach now, and he comes in with a lot of knowledge. And for instance, on Saturday, Solano was having a tough time, and he pushed to get to minimize only 4 runs, and giving us a chance to win. And Travis just simply said, hey, why don't you just throw from the stretch? And then he dominated from there. I mean, it's that simple sometimes. And just having someone that's been there, done that, really gives us the upper hand. So
Tonight is
Yeah, it's great to have him.
with him, the pitching coach, and you, the manager, and he's pitching, and he goes through a rough stretch. Who makes the decision that maybe that's enough, or is that you, him? Or?
You know, collectively, him and I will talk about it, and I'll see how he's feeling, and it kind of based upon that, and just the pitch count as well. I believe his first outing, he said he didn't want to go over 105 pitches, and if he can do that, and feed the defense and have minimal pitches in every inning, I think that we'll be able to save the bullpen. It's just a matter of seeing it happen. I could say all this stuff. We got to walk the walk instead of just talking it. So
one of the strengths of
walking.
One of the strengths of this team is running. The Silverados run like crazy and all the time, but behind them, you guys are number 2 in the league, and then you have a very fast lineup. And from your own personal perspective, you're going to be making those calls tonight. Do you like the running game?
Well, we've kind of, in certain situations, there's guys that have green lights and this and that, but I don't want to go into that in detail on camera and tell everyone the secrets. But yeah, maybe run in certain counts, or give certain people the hit and run. But I feel like the cards will kind of get thrown out there, and if we just got to string things together, and hopefully we go with not playing college station to station baseball to score runs, and if I have to, at worst, I will do that, because I know how to play the game. I've been experienced, and I've had a really good mentor in Aaron, so I know the way he likes to play and what's going to get these guys to the next level. And it's definitely not being a defensive college hitter, but ultimately, and what he preaches the most, is playing that scoreboard. So if it's a tough, close game, I'm going to do my best to put these guys into spots that are going to succeed to help us push across runs and win ultimately.
Well, good luck tonight.
Yeah.
Give them hell.
Absolutely.
And we will be back for the start of tonight's game against the Martinez Clippers here in Pittsburgh right after this.